Welcome to Summarized Science, where we break down complex discoveries into simple terms. Today, we are looking at how every cell on Earth manages its internal environment. To stay alive, a cell must maintain a specific internal pH and a balance of ions like sodium and potassium. This internal balance is called homeostasis, and it is a non-stop battle against the laws of physics. Cell membranes act like protective walls, but they are not perfect. They constantly leak. Because of these leaks, cells have to spend energy every second just to keep their internal conditions stable. This paper introduces a thermodynamic lower bound, which is the absolute minimum energy a cell needs to fight these leaks. Think of it like an energy tax that every living thing must pay just to exist. Researchers used a kinetic framework to turn this idea into a quantitative prediction for any organism. One of the most fascinating findings is why almost all life has a cytoplasm rich in potassium but poor in sodium. For a long time, people thought this was just a random result of evolution or the way life first started. However, this research shows it is actually a strategy to minimize energy costs. Because potassium leaks through membranes differently than sodium, maintaining a potassium-rich interior is the most efficient way to survive. This ionic logic is shared across the entire tree of life because the laws of thermodynamics apply to everyone. The intracellular ionic composition is essentially the solution to an optimization problem. The cost of this maintenance is not the same everywhere, though. Environment plays a huge role in how much energy a cell has to spend to keep its insides right. In very acidic or salty water, the energy tax for a cell goes up significantly. This explains why extremophiles, organisms that live in harsh conditions, face such a difficult survival challenge. High temperatures also increase membrane leakage, making life even more expensive for those cells. Extremophily entails sustained operation much closer to the thermodynamic ceiling of maintenance power. When the energy cost of maintaining these internal gradients becomes too high, cells have to make a choice. They may shift from high-energy processes like respiration to lower-energy ones like fermentation. This move saves on housekeeping costs, but provides less energy for growth and reproduction, explaining why stress slows growth. The researchers also looked at why there are so many different types of molecular pumps in nature. It turns out that different environments require different transport architectures to stay near that energy floor. A pump that works perfectly in a neutral environment might be a total energy hog in an acidic one. By comparing different models, they found that some architectures are better for stable environments, while others win in variable ones. This diversity of tools allows life to occupy almost every corner of our planet by adapting its hardware to the cost of the environment. To recap, every cell is a tiny engine constantly fighting to maintain its internal state against unavoidable leaks. The high-potassium interior of our cells is a direct result of physics and energy efficiency rather than just biological chance. Understanding these limits helps us predict how life adapts to stress and changes in the environment. In the future, these rules could help us understand how organisms might evolve on other, harsher planets. It also gives us a new way to measure the health and metabolic state of cells under stress. Thank you for watching Summarized Science, and stay curious about the hidden logic of life.